What is up, guys? It is your boy Matt coming back. Welcome to the Mats and Chill episode 1 of the Matt and Chill podcast. I repeated myself, but I don't care. This is going into the intro. I am with my lovely co-host, Mr. Cheese. Say hi, Cheese.
What's good? What's good?
So this is the first podcast that I'm gonna record and host. Basically, we have been doing podcasts since for a long time. Me and Cheese, we have started like way back. So if you don't know our history together and shit, I would suggest going on Cheese channel, which will probably be in the description below, and check out the Cunts Are Us. Even though it's a really offensive title, gotta say that. It's a really offensive title, kind of, but I mean, it's just a fun little podcast that we did for a really long time, and I actually enjoy doing podcasts because I really love talking to actually Cheese. Um,
Thanks,
so
man. That means a lot.
hey, um, so yeah, Cheese, for the people
Yo.
who are new on my channel, tell me who you are real quick and what is going on in your life right now.
Yo. So what's good? My name's Cheese. I am a live streamer on Facebook mainly. I've got 1,002 followers. I know, pretty random number.
Flex,
Um,
flex,
I've been
flex.
doing I've been doing YouTube for quite a long time, but I don't really focus on videos. I'm more of a streamer, and I started really getting into streaming when the PS4 came out because the digital the DVR was in the PS4
Mm-hmm.
at that point. And back then, computers weren't computers. You know, you couldn't really stream back then with a computer. You had to have a lot of money to stream. So when the PS4 and that came out, that's when I really started. I got a bit of a growth spurt with Outlast, I think. And then when Black Ops 3 came out, I started a little team, Matt, called Nostalgic Gaming. And
Well, we
ever
don't need to
since
go
then,
into that much of
yeah,
detail
yeah,
because
ever
actually
since
it's
then, we've been good friends. And even though we don't speak much, it's like every time we speak, we get caught up to the point we are at already. So
true.
that's pretty much who I am. But Matt's a great guy. You should sit down, watch his content and all that, and also check out the ASoM channel, which he also has got amazing montages on. And check out my montage on his channel, by the way.
True. Thank you, Cheese. Really appreciate that. So, Cheese, the thing I wanted to bring up on this podcast with you is there has been a lot of drama lately. A
A
very
lot of drama.
juicy drama. Nah,
Juicy, baby.
there's been a lot of juicy drama right since like the past couple of like hours even. Starting with the
Yes.
big one, obviously. Well, there is like other kind of juicy drama
Yeah, but
between
not as big as this one.
pretty
Not
much
as big as this one.
there's like James Charles and like his whatever the fuck his thing is. You got fuck, what was the other one? I forgot already.
Uh, Deji,
Oh no,
KSI.
Pro Jarrett with the whole cheating on his wife conundrum and shit. Whatever. It's not really important.
I actually haven't really heard of that, but you can explain that to me if you want.
Nah, we're just gonna do it another time, of maybe already near the end of the podcast. But the two big ones that we want to talk about, or like I wanted to talk about, was the phase tfue conundrum, whole conundrum that's actually been going on since as of what 2 or 3 days.
Yeah. I know a
Um,
little bit about it, but I do know the basics. I know the basics, and I've watched a lot of videos on it. So yeah,
mm.
easy.
And the Deji KSI drama that actually released not too long ago, when the time of
Yeah.
recording, not too long ago. As you can
When
see,
I
it's
fell
night.
asleep like
That
four
you fell
times watching
asleep on
video.
stream as well. Uh, as you can see, it's night for me, so I mean it's been a while. Um, so cheat the Tfue slash phase drama. What do you know and what
Yes.
do you like?
I
'Cause
mean, it's kind of obvious that TV hasn't been happy in this, right? It's kind of obvious. You could tell by the way he was streaming. You could tell that he wasn't really,
I mean
you,
that
you
I
know,
think
like
that's just personally. I think that's his personality. He has like an attitude of like I don't actually give a shit. I make money.
totally, yeah. I get that, but at the same time, like when you're put in a situation like that, right? And he's been wanting to make this new org, let's say.
Yeah.
Now, there's one thing I would like to say about that. We all know who Duke Squad is. He pranked the entire state of Florida. Who says that he hasn't sent this DM as a prank to FaZe?
Yeah, true.
Now I'm just putting that out there. No one has questioned that. He has pranked the entire state of Florida. He could just be saying this because we've not heard anything from tfue at all about an org or anything. So, like, I'm not saying anything else about it, but like, Duke Squad is a prankster, and he's known for, pranking a lot of people. And Drama Alert has got a lot of people watching it. Who says he wouldn't prank Keemstar? I mean, I know it's his own brother, but would he really be the person to go out and put his own brother on the spot like that? Because he's kind of just went away and put him on the spot, but at the same time told the truth.
True.
You know?
I mean, the whole tfue wanting to make an org or team is like mind-boggling to me because, like, why? Why would you? Also, because, like, you have you heard of the contract situation going on right now?
Yeah. Like, I don't understand that either. Like, the thing I don't understand is tfue's talking about the contracts this, the contracts that. Now, tfue, you are the biggest person on Twitch. You're one of the biggest stars on YouTube, and hands down, right now, known-wise, like, the face of Fortnite.
True.
You know what I mean? Now, FaZe realized that
they cannot lose they cannot lose this guy. I mean, it's the biggest star or like their org or something. I know that much. But the thing that really like mind boggles me, like, why would he not reply to Banks's tweets or like actually the PR people or like the people at FaZe? Why did he not cooperate with them when they actually fucking said, "Yo, we can give you 7 digits a year, up to $1 million a year with nothing of your revenue cut."
Yeah.
With no cuts. I mean, that's the best contract I can ever imagine. Fucking getting 7 digits a year plus the revenue.
That's not even a contract. That's just paying him.
Yeah.
It's literally just paying him. He's not under any contract. It's just here's money.
But the thing is that this starter contract, I guess, which is like 80-20 split, which Banks, to my knowledge, because I not to say I know Banks, but I have been following FaZe for a long time. I have been following FaZe for pretty much the longest time.
I mean, you're the biggest fan I know of FaZe, so yeah.
So I mean, I even have a jersey right behind me from FaZe. So, I mean, I guess I can trust FaZe in that they as an org, more as a family, they don't see each other as orgs like Optic Gaming or like FaZe Clan are like the two biggest orgs right now, which are taking business side really family friendly or like familiar or like family guided, I would say.
Yeah.
They won't treat their employees or like their team members to be actually like business people. They're family, they're friends, they're people of each other. Whilst like tfue apparently didn't see that, I guess, even though he hung out with Banks and all the other guys of FaZe with no problem and like having chill moments with them. So I mean, the fact that Banks wants to fix this because not only because he's one of the biggest stars of FaZe right now, but actually he wants to fix his situation so he can be happier in FaZe. I mean, if you were like
I don't actually think he's in FaZe now.
No,
I don't think tfue's in FaZe.
tfue left FaZe pretty much.
Yeah. He's not in FaZe anymore because he went live last night and he doesn't have the
FaZe banner.
The FaZe banner. He's got a fucking Patrick Star. Sorry for the curse there.
No, it's fine. I already cursed a lot as well, so I mean,
yeah,
it's fine.
Yeah. Not PG rated.
Nah, not PG rated. I'll put it in.
We'll have an 18 rated on this podcast.
I mean, it's not gonna get monetized whatsoever, so I don't give a shit.
I mean, we're all good.
I mean, who else is gonna watch this podcast? To be honest, I mean, whatever. But the thing, like, again, they wanted to, they wanted to fix this shit. Then why? I mean, if he, already knew that he from the start that he joined FaZe that he wanted to create an own org, why would you still accept FaZe? Except for one thing, which is what he got now was exposure from FaZe. Because have you seen the graph?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
graph is insane. Like when April 2018 started, it was flatlining or like pretty much flatlining. A little bit of going up, not much. And all of a sudden, April 1st, when he signed his contract to FaZe, boom, he was up there. Like up there with the top dogs. His streams got really big. His subscriber count got really big. I mean, he got 10 million in like not even a year.
I mean, they didn't even want him in FaZe. The Fortnite team didn't even want him. It was Banks
Yeah,
that pushed him,
exactly. But
and that's
but
what like.
Banks actually said like, "Yo, you see, scrim with this guy. You know, for once, like it's all I ask. Please just do that."
Yeah, I watched
And
Banks'
Cloaksy
video on that. I
and
did watch his video.
Cloaksy actually said like, "You know what? Fuck it, let's do it." And now they're the biggest Fortnite duo in history.
In the world.
In
In the world,
in
in
the world
history.
in the world in history.
Possibly the best duo
Yeah.
in history.
Like I mean, no offense to Ninja,
However,
like
no,
no
no
offense.
offense to Ninja, but
Obviously, I mean, or like Mid,
Ninja's
or
not a
like
pro player though. You know, they're not pro players. They're really good players.
yeah,
I get
true,
that.
true,
They're
true.
really good players, but they're on a different level from them. And plus, battle royale, in my opinion, stats don't mean shit in battle royale.
Nah,
It's
true.
all about one, your skill, two, how lucky your drops are, and three, just you really need to know your surroundings. You
Mhm.
really need to know that entire map. If you, for instance, I know it's different from what we're talking about Fortnite, but Blackout. You know,
Mhm.
when you were playing Blackout on that big map, everyone knew that map. As soon as Alcatraz dropped, you were getting people who was like level 2 winning games. People who just literally started the game but were winning games. But now that the game has evolved and people's gotten used to it, it's all the high level players
Mhm.
because they've gotten used to the map. They're finding all the drops. They're getting used to all this stuff, and now they're able to play very good. You know, so it takes a lot of skill. And Ninja, in all that, you know, Doctor Lupo, Courage, especially Courage. He's a really good Fortnite player. You know, they're all really good, but they are not on Cloaksy's and tfue's level. And the thing that annoys me about it is that if Cloaksy was and you know me, I'm a big Optic gaming fan, right?
Mhm.
I love Optic. Optic is my like. If I supported anyone, it's Optic all the way,
Mhm.
and it's not just because of their esports. I've always followed Optic since Hex started putting out COD 4 sniper montages. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
In the days of Grizz, you know, that was when I was like
Ooh.
13. You know,
Those
but
were good times. Those were good times.
exactly. So like the thing that irritates me is that Cloaksy is a member of FaZe,
Mhm.
right? He's still got to be teaming with someone who's not part of FaZe.
True.
Now,
I mean, they
in my
cannot dispute
opinion,
this. They cannot dispute that because they already qualified for the World League. So
no, that's true, that's true. Now, I'm not saying that in a bad thing, but what I'm trying to say is he's pretty much saying, look, I'm not picking anyone's side, which is fair enough, right? It's fair enough. But if that's your org, right, and
Mhm.
these are the people who are making you who you are today,
Mhm.
whether you want to leave the org or not, you would not sit there. For one, tfue shouldn't sit there and go, "Oh no, that contract." He should have just straight up turned around and says, "Look, you know, I want to make my own org. I want to make my own team. Is it
But
possible that I can make my own team?"
that's that where FaZe comes in again, like with their with their like team and shit, like saying no, you can't. Like we need, well, not that they need him, but in a sense they need him, right? Like you can follow with that, like
Right, right. They do need him, right? But here's the thing, right? They've done it to themselves, in my opinion, because how much Fortnite players do they have?
a lot.
Exactly. So if you're signing up this Fortnite players, right, you've got tfue, the face of Fortnite,
Mhm.
right? If you keep signing these players, would that not make you think, are they signing these players to replace me for when I'm gone? Or is this just, they're just signing players for signing players? In my opinion, if I was at the front line of that, I'd be thinking, well, they keep taking in players. Is it for content or esports?
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like it's for esports because two of the players qualified. Another two players from FaZe qualified for the World Cup again.
The
So
Mega and something else kid.
Mecha and something else. Yeah, I don't know his name. Sorry, dude, but
Yeah, sorry,
you're not
man.
well. You're not known enough.
I mean, they are really good though. I mean,
Yeah, they're really
I've
good. I
seen some
watched the
plays.
video.
I'm not a big Fortnite guy myself, but I mean, I watch
No,
Courage's content sometimes because I supported him when he was Call of Duty caster, when he was in Optic, and when he left Optic. And I just really love the guy. I can see myself kind of in him, like being the loudmouth that he is.
but something that people haven't actually picked up on is Doctor Disrespect commenting on it.
Oh no,
Now,
actually, I don't know even that.
now, this is where it gets interesting,
Ooh,
right? And
juicy.
when you see the Doctor speaking, right, you know when the Doctor's being serious or you know piss.
Mm-hmm.
And I am telling you right now, I think the Doc is trying to sign tfue to a Fortnite team. I don't know why, but he mentioned in the clip that there's an up and coming Fortnite player who he thinks is going to be better than tfue,
Ooh.
right? Two, he says, look, if him and tfue collab, I mean, you got the Doc and the best Fortnite player in the world. That's pretty good, right? You got
That
the
is.
best entertainer on Twitch and the best player on Twitch. Well, apart from Shroud, we can all agree, Shroud's a god, you know. But like,
I mean, it's
it
a
just
matter of
sounds,
opinion, in my opinion, but I mean, yeah.
yeah, that's fair, that's fair. But I mean, Shroud and tfue would just break Twitch.
Mm.
Shroud, Doc, and tfue would just break Twitch. They would break it. It would just go gone. Because Doc made Twitch what it is today.
That is true, though.
You know what I mean? He is legitimately, in my opinion, is the face, the real face of Twitch. He made what Twitch is today. He brought in all these people because he made entertaining. He made Twitch into an entertainment source, not just a broadcasting place.
I mean, that's fair. Yeah.
You know, so you got the king of entertainment, the king of gameplay. Well, Fortnite gameplay, right?
King of gameplay would be Shroud. We all know
You
that.
know, and the Doc there. It just sounds like it's a plan. Now, I'm not jumping into it and saying it's definitely got to happen. It's just something that I thought when I watched the video.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But tfue, I understand that he's tried to get out of the contract, and he's done this to get out of the contract. He didn't want to be in FaZe. He mentioned that himself. He says he didn't want to be in FaZe.
But still,
You know,
it's still okay. Like I can understand. Like okay, you want to get out of this contract because still it is like a really bad contract. But if FaZe responds to you with "Yo, we actually got a contract ready," or and then a couple of months later he doesn't respond to it, another couple of months pass, "Yo, we even have a better contract for you." Why don't he just like say like "Yo, now is not a good time" or whatever, like or like
because he did.
even
Like,
accepted
if
it
you want,
for the bit. Also, like from like if like again like him and Bangs being friends, which should be like is well known pretty much in the community. It's still hell disrespectful. From it's the ultimate backstab pretty much that tfue is doing to Banks. If you think about
I
it,
mean,
it's if you think
I
about it, like he leaves the team that Ricky or like Banks co-founded or founded, whatever you want to actually call it, because I call it founded. Um, he put his blood, sweat, and tears into every single day with tfue to make him what he is today, pretty much. Because he also said in that video, like, "Yo, I actually made tfue a little monster that I actually didn't want to create," which is really a
exactly.
good act and good
It's a very.
representation of the thing.
He made a Frankenstein of Twitch.
Yeah,
There you go.
but then to then also tfue wanting to make an own org, so say for his own like how do you
Game.
say his own game, excuse me, and for like being the better esport or like org which I cannot understand or fathom because FaZe is the biggest or like one of the biggest. Like, okay,
I would say they're probably the biggest. They're the most successful so
yeah.
far, anyway.
I mean, with their
Definitely, I would
merch,
say.
with their merchant shit, and like, okay, like and FaZe is big. FaZe is fucking big. So, I mean, it's just the ultimate backstab for me because again, Banks was a good friend of him. He he even got his name on his leg.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
Can you
I know.
imagine? Can you imagine a guy you created? You put a tattoo on your leg for that guy, and then him just stabbing him in the back with like a fucking rusty spoon. Like that's the
Now,
ultimate. That's the ultimate disrespect in my opinion. And like,
I totally get where you're coming from, right? And I do agree. It's the ultimate disrespect. But you need to remember, Banks isn't the one who wrote up the contract. Banks was the one who
no, that is
let
true.
you know, and as Tfue says, he didn't want to upset anybody. He didn't want to do this. He didn't want to do that. He wanted out a phase. Now, there's an easier way to deal with this. Now, this is the
Then you
easier way.
just
They
don't
wrote up.
sue. Then pretty much you don't sue your team.
Yeah, but that's what they were doing. He was trying to get out of phase. That's what he's been trying to do. He's been speaking to them, wanting
Yeah,
to
but
get out of
again, like
phase.
if he just said it straight up to Banks, like, "Yo, okay, listen, we are friends, we are homies, I love you," because they can easily say it to each other, like, "I love you, like a bro, you are like family to me." Why can you not just go up to the person? Like if I would personally would be in this situation, that like,
I mean,
yo,
how
you know
would
what,
you feel
but
if
if but still, like the fact is like, okay, yeah, you're quote unquote backstabbing your friend for starting your own org, but it's the way that it's brought up right now that it's making the ultimate backstab. I mean,
yeah,
if they were just like talking to each other, like, yo, listen up, I have an idea for an org, I really need this, or like I want to create this is what I want to do. Maybe we can collaborate as well. Like, like not to steal any of your members, but like just like, yo, FaZe is helping me out and shit, and like, well, all that stuff. Like, why couldn't he do that instead of, no, we're gonna press a heart sue like right on them so they can make them feel or look bad, but then me put in the spotlight so I can raise with this org idea. It's, I mean, personally, if tfue then comes to you and say, or like comes to me, like for example now, but comes to you and says like, yo, I've seen you streaming, I have seen your following gaining so significantly well, would you like to join my team? What would you say?
no.
Exactly, because no one wants to do it.
The reason I would say no is because one, um, we already seen that he's lost control of power.
Mm-hmm.
We've already seen that. Number one, that's the biggest thing. He's already in one of the biggest orgs in the world. Now, okay, fair dues. Look at Nate Shot. Look at Nate Shot.
But
Now,
again,
big difference here. Nate Shot was in a contract, but Hex, knowing how big Nate Shot was, Hex didn't turn around and go, you know what? You're in a contract, this, that, the next thing. He just went, okay, on you go. Now, this is what I'm trying to say is Tfue's tried to get out of this contract. Banks flew over there with Tfue's lawyer and their
yeah,
own
yeah.
dude,
I mean,
to speak to
it's his
Tfue.
dad pretty much. It's his dad pretty
Yeah,
much.
yeah. Now, why have they not,
Came around.
tried? Like, why, with him sitting in front of them and him turning around saying, look, I don't want another contract. I want out of phase. And they were like, well, we can't let go of you because, you're in a contract. You're the biggest person in our team. We can't. And I understand why they're doing that. It's like when Formal was an absolute god at Advanced Warfare. It's like Formal turning around and saying in Advanced Warfare, oh, I want to leave Optic. Is Hex going to let him leave? It's like Scump leaving Optic.
That's also never gonna happen.
You know
I
what I mean?
mean,
It happened once, but it didn't last long. It lasted
yeah,
like a whole week or
week.
something.
Yeah, it lasted a
Yeah,
week.
yeah. So, like, but that's the thing. Like, that's the thing people need to remember is you keep your enemies close, but you got to keep your friends closer because I know how it feels to be backstabbed by a close friend.
True.
I'm not going to get into that, but
Mm-hmm.
I do know how it feels to get backstabbed by a really close friend,
Don't get me
someone that
wrong.
I,
I like me as well. Like I know
yeah,
what's it like. So, but still, the fact that this
but
happened, this should not be happening the way it is right now. In all honesty, in my opinion, they should have just talked about this, and if not, an arrangement or like an agreement was arranged, just keep talking to him. If it really went down like that, like just do a nade shot on him and see
if
what
he
happens.
really, if he really wanted to leave as well, he's been offered this new contract. All tfue had to say was like, okay, right, so you're offering me $1 million a year. What if I don't want to be here a year? What if I only want to be here for 6 months? What if I just want to do the World Cup and that's it? Right? He could have uh,
Renegotiate.
renegotiated
There you go.
another contract that is less than a year, or that's a year. Now, obviously, FaZe is losing a lot, but this is what I'm saying. Like, you have to remember, both parties are trying to be greedy here.
True.
FaZe don't want to let go of tfue, and tfue doesn't want to be part of FaZe. Now, the only way tfue can get out of FaZe is by going, right, I need to make them look bad, so they drop me. Now, fair dues, he could have done that in another way. He could have easily said, "Oh, I'm being mistreated in FaZe, this, that, the next thing." But instead, he just went straight for the worst fucking possible thing he could have. And in my opinion, this is how I think esports teams should work. You should not sign a contract. You should be known as an independent contractor, as
Mm.
in, like WWE, their class is independent wrestlers.
I mean that brings in a whole different like aspect of like pro players. Like they get paid salaries, so they need a
Exactly.
contract. So they need a contract. Like
Yeah, but that's what
some
I'm
of
saying.
the entertainment personnel, like I think on Optic, I'm not sure to be honest, but if I'm not mistaken, like Maniac, you know Maniac, like the former Halo pro.
Yeah, Nick Kirshner.
Yeah, um, he got signed a contract as well to make music for Optic Gaming and like be a content creator. So I mean that means content creators in Optic get salary as
Salary.
well.
Yeah.
But
Now, I get that, right? But what
mm-hmm,
I'm trying to say is, as an independent contractor, it's up to you to make your own content, to make your own money, right?
mm-hmm,
To do YouTube, to do this. If you're in a pro team, you're good enough to do all this. You
true.
know what I mean?
But
You're already
still,
good enough to get this exposure, and
that's
especially if
still again like a lot of pro players want to be paid salary.
I get that, but if you manage to get this independent contract, so for
Like personally,
instance,
if I would get an offer like for like a bigger team or whatever, like signing a contract or anything, and then the rest of it, like even if my revenue was split, like even like 80-20, to be honest, it would be a bigger honor for me to join a team and be in that team and be like family with each other than money, because money is money in my opinion. Again, a lot of people
money's
don't.
made to be spent. That's it.
Yeah, true, but like I know a lot of people don't work like that and like stuff, but I work like that now. Um so I mean, the revenue split would not hurt for me as much, I guess, because I
Hmm.
don't care per se.
Yeah.
But then again, like you have hungry wolves like tfue apparently who just wanted more. And then FaZe was like, "No, no, no, we need you for us to get more." Or am I just going in that wrong?
No, you got bang on. They're both of them are technically in the
Even
wrong.
though like you said, like with Hex, like with Nate Shot, he gave him a chance. Like, yo, even though like we love you as a brother and we loved you on the green wall, we're gonna let you go and make you do your own thing. And it worked
Yeah.
out for him right now, so that's good. Like it's
Mhm.
actually good. It's actually good news. Like his team won last event, CWL London, which congrats to
Which
100
was
Thieves.
yeah, but also a hella big surprise for me
Eh,
because they were playing pretty rough the
yeah, the
last time I
first day,
watched CWL.
first day they
Yeah,
played a
yeah,
little
yeah.
rough, but like Saturday and Sunday they were absolutely destroyed.
But
Um,
the other thing is nowadays, like with this whole esports stuff, right?
mm-hmm,
It's like, yes, I'm a huge fan of Optic, but
mm-hmm.
I don't hate Phase. I don't hate Elevate. I don't
Well,
hate
I
all
don't I
these.
don't hate any org as well. Like I like
Yeah,
okay, like
like
there is this friendly rivalry, I guess, between the teams, I guess, which
yeah.
is healthy for the sport, you know? Like
There's only one esport that is really bad
Gears.
for engaging, and it's Gears. But without that kind of like,
We're going off
you know
topic
me.
though a little bit.
Yeah. I know, but like what I'm saying is this is the kind of stuff that has kind of happened between Tfue and FaZe.
Mm,
Is they haven't gotten eye to eye. FaZe Tfue's decided to turn around and go, you know what? I'm starting to develop a bit of a hatred for these people. I love Banks. I love all these people, but this contract's killing me, right? And that's
mm-hmm.
what he might be saying. And the reason he's not signing these other contracts is because he doesn't want to be stuck in a loop with FaZe. And I understand that because he wants to move on to bigger things. He wants to move on to better things. And maybe it's because he's got to, like, he lives in Florida, dude. You know, he lives in Florida. Every time FaZe wants to speak to him, he's got to fly all the way over to
Well,
LA.
that is also like the thing. Banks asked if he wanted to stay in one of the houses in LA. Like
Okay.
no payment, no need to pay any rent or anything. He gets his own room. He will be left alone and shit in LA. So I mean, but because of his girlfriend, Karina, if you don't know who she is, then
Yeah.
but because of her, he moved back to Florida because she
Huh.
was originally, I think, from Florida. I'm not mistaken.
I'm not too sure, dude. But
But that's pretty much it. Like Karina said, like, "Yo, no, I'm not gonna be living or like co-living in this ginormous, huge, fantastically beautiful mansion with a lot of other people that I do not know, maybe kind of know, but still, I want to be left alone with you." And I mean, if you get
I
this
mean, I
amount of
understand
opportunity,
that though. Some people like their privacy.
I get that as well, but still, like, there were so many good deals for him that, in my opinion,
He's
he is stupid for not taking him.
he should have accepted one of the deals at least, and then
Or, like,
throughout that deal,
argued about one of the deals. Like, argued about something. And then, because his contract was only a 3-year deal.
all he had to do, right, dude, is turn around and say, right, within this deal, I want a release clause. If I can pay this money to FaZe, then I get out of FaZe.
Yeah,
Simple as. That's it. And he
that would
can
be the
say
smartest move.
half a million a year, half a million you get out, right? He's
Yeah.
in a 3-year contract. If he says half a million release clause to get me out,
Dude,
that's 1 year.
500,000
And
would be nothing to him.
exactly. That's all he had to do. But instead, he, you know,
Yeah.
he took the stupid route out, and 100% I've got to agree. FaZe has got to hurt for this one, but Tifu's got to hurt a
Even
lot
though
more.
that's the thing that I am really sad about. FaZe is gonna get hurt from this, and that's the bad part, because FaZe did nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong at all. They never done anything wrong. All they done
Was make a
was
shit
price.
contract, which was from
Shit,
the
it
C,
was a shit contract.
which from the CEO himself said it is a shit contract, but we at FaZe said and sit down. What can we do to make tfue stay and make his stay as best or like the best experience of his life? That's what they
Yeah.
turned around and said.
And
They
the
would
other
do.
thing
They would
Bank
have done
said,
everything for the kid. If he said, "Yo, I want a Bentley with 100K inside of it, with 30 strippers, whatever, with pizza in it," he would fucking get it. That's the
exactly.
thing. That's the thing, and that's what baffles me because, like, no, I want to make my own org. Like, bro, you have so much
Yeah.
good shit in front of you, and you're just
Personally, ever since he got with this Karina girl,
yeah. I mean,
it's went south. And
I'm not
that's
gonna
me.
talk about that because that's gonna be a little bit yikes there. So maybe
No. But like, if you don't want to speak about, it, I will. Right? When you see someone, when someone gets in love and people start speaking
I like
to
the
you,
love.
you get influenced. You
Mm-hmm.
get influenced to do different things. Now, there's a huge possibility that Corinna doesn't like somebody in FaZe. There's a huge possibility she doesn't want him in LA because of Logan Paul. There's a huge possibility that
Why would he
Corinna
not?
went out
No,
with Logan
Corinna.
Paul. Remember?
Oh yeah, that is true. That is
Yeah,
true.
remember.
Shit. Yeah,
And
true.
like all that stuff. It could be that. It could be the fact that he doesn't get on with someone in the Fortnite team. It could be the fact that he, like I said earlier, there's so much different things. But there's one thing we need to know, and that's both sides of the story before we turn around and say
I mean,
tfue.
Banks
Blah
made a
blah.
20-minute video and tfue responded with a 2-minute video.
But think about it. You've got an entire org shooting shots at you. You're
Yeah,
going to
okay.
be stressed out. You're going to be stressed out. And when it's one against an entire organization, that's like me going up against Scotland. I ain't got a fucking chance, mate. You know what I
True.
mean? So it's a hard situation. And at this point, tfue has won. He's out of there, right?
Yeah, true.
The best thing for him to do right now is he's out of FaZe. Drop the fucking suit. Drop the suit. You know what I mean? You're out of FaZe. You got what you wanted. Why are you continuing suing them?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? If you want a good future, then go ahead, mate. Like, you had what you could have had. Like, you could have been in the best position in any pro player's life right there.
True.
And even when you're declining, that's the thing. Even if you were declining, FaZe are the type of people who go, you know what? Even though you are declining in skill, we don't care. You're part of the family. We want to keep you with that same deal. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, that's true.
in my opinion, all he's done is fucked himself over. And that's my opinion. You know, and
It's fair to have our own opinions, Chi. So I mean, and this is like
yeah.
you know, every opinion is open and you can discuss about it. So I mean, I don't.
Yeah. So yeah, I think he's fucked himself over. He had such a good team backing him who let him in with open arms when they didn't even want him in. You know, and the thing, it's not even the lawsuit that bothers me. It's the fact that he stabbed somebody in the back.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And you don't do it to your friends. And you know how passionate I am with friendships and that. You know how serious I take that shit.
Yeah, for sure. I know.
So I think, you know, he needs to learn from the experience and realize that even though he is big, there's always someone bigger than you. And FaZe Clan is a lot bigger than tfue.
True.
100%. You know,
True.
it's 100% bigger.
But
But that's all I've got to say about that as well.
Yeah, I wanted to
that,
say to round this
you know.
topic off, like, you know, like, okay, tfue, if you would ever watch this or like listen to this, all the respect to you, like, bro, you done amazing jobs and amazing shit for the community and for like whatever the gaming community for Fortnite is and stuff. With all due respect, but I mean,
You took the L on this one, bro.
in my opinion as well, like there were so many good deals for you made, and you just blew them off and stabbed them in the back.
You
So, I
are
mean,
you are essentially the boy that cried wolf right now. You got offered everything, and when it was finally there, no one believed you, and no one took your side.
true. But with that said, next topic, because about
Juicy drama.
let's
two.
get into the news. No, okay.
No, copyrighted.
Yeah,
Struck.
okay. Sorry, Keemstar.
Whatever.
Don't flag me, please. Please. No, okay. But the next topic will be the apparently new KSI slash Deji drama that has been
Rekindled drama. Let's
the
call it.
rekindled drama that would be between KSI and his brother Deji. Now,
Yes.
I personally didn't know about this until like I watched Cheese's stream at the last
When I
couple
was
of-
sleeping.
when he was sleeping during the video. But he saw like what happened with it and like what's up with the whole situation. So, Cheese, enlighten me. What's going on between the Deji and Keemstar drama?
Well, it's KSI, but that's all good.
KSI.
But so people, listen. If you guys don't know, KSI Deji, two of the biggest, or two of some of the biggest YouTubers in the UK,
Mhm.
and they're both brothers.
Yep.
And Deji wouldn't be where he is today without JJ.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the issue that sparkled last year before Christmas, and the whole diss track thing. It was diss
Mm-hmm.
track season
Mm-hmm.
again. Deji dropped a diss track. Essentially, this all started because Randolph said that Deji's channel was a dead channel.
Mm-hmm.
Now, JJ didn't do anything about this. He didn't even turn around and say to Randolph, "Yo, why are you saying that about my brother?" Which, in my opinion, I think is wrong. Because if someone said that about my sister and she was like that, I'd be like, "Yo, dude, watch your mouth." I couldn't care if you're my best mate or you're my worst enemy. You'll get slapped up if you speak about my sister like that. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's my opinion. And the thing is that JJ, I like, what, I'm a big fan of his first content wise, but as a person, genuinely, and I'll be totally honest, I don't care how hard he is or whatever, he's a prick. And that's just my opinion. Like, look at the way he treats his own brother, and he does it for views, and it clearly states in this new video by Deji that he needs to slander Deji to make his channel look better. And it's like, dude, that's your family. That's not just that's not just a friend that you can push off to the side. He's there for you for life.
Mm-hmm.
He's been there for you since you got exposed for motorboating that fucking dame. Years ago, a very long time ago, he motorboat a girl at a event. You had
By
the
the way, a
right
little side
face.
note for the people who are listening. I personally do not know a lot of this drama. I knew about the diss tracks here and there between some of the YouTubers, between KSI and another YouTuber. I don't even know which YouTubers they were all on. I know on his own brother, but for a little side note, Cheese knows a lot more about this than I do. So I mean, continue.
Yeah. So essentially, KSI, when he was younger, made a lot of mistakes. Deji stood by him, and
Mm-hmm.
he helped him make better content, more productive content, horror content, funny content, and all this different stuff. Ever since JJ got big, blew up after
Mm-hmm.
FIFA started making his YouTube, and that his ego got the better of him.
Purple
And
Lamborghini.
yeah, yeah, great song by the way.
I mean, to my opinion, it was not too bad of a song.
Like, I mean, I was like 14 when I heard it.
Same.
It's like, but the problem is like JJ has to start respecting his family.
Mm-hmm.
He's got this ego.
Let's start at first. Like, what rekindled this drama actually again?
The what rekindled it is the fact that JJ, after this whole thing was fixed,
Uh-huh.
JJ continued to keep slandering Deji, and Deji asked him privately, not on social media, not on anything, to please, can you stop slandering me in your videos? I'm not saying anything about you, so why are you saying stuff about me? And people would post memes on his Reddit, and instead of skipping past it, he wouldn't skip past it. You would just post it and be like, oh, blah, blah. He's like, oh, going to Deji's video. I can't wait for my second channel to go past Deji's. Oh,
Yeah, right.
that's a joke, by the way, Deji. But it's like, why would you say that as a joke? You know that's going to hurt him. That's going to hurt him. Now, Deji's came out with a lot of secrets, and I'm not going to go over it. It was a 45-minute video, by the way. 45-minute video.
45?
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff in it. 45-minute video. So if you guys do want to know all the information, I recommend to go watch it. Dan, not Dan, Matt. I'm so used to partying up with Dan. Matt, if you can get the link and just post it
Yeah,
somewhere
I'll post
in
it.
the description for it, and I would post the Banks video as well, just so people, if they don't have
Yeah, the full
the stuff,
context of it. The
you
full
know what I mean,
context of it.
it would make more sense to have both the videos there. But like, to watch that video, you're going to have to sit there and understand it. And to be honest, he's got a point. Before, Deji overreacted about the whole Randall thing, but
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion, he didn't, because JJ brought up Randolph said something about him chatting up underage girls,
Whew,
uh,
yikes.
impregnating people and just running away. Um, a lot of things, and this is between them, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
but it was all false,
Okay.
and JJ allowed that to happen. So in the retaliation, Deji went, well, you know what? I'm putting up this diss track. Now, JJ obviously got into his brother's head, apologized, says he was never wanting anything to do with him, this, that, the next thing. Deji felt really sorry about it. He wanted to give JJ sympathy. And then essentially he let
The
he let the
floodgates.
devil take over instead of the angel. You know, he
Yeah.
let his
Okay.
good
Okay.
side, you know what I mean? And now Deji's finally had enough. He's sick of all the
Which is
ridicule.
fair. I mean, in
You know what I mean? And he's not in JJ's shadow anymore. You know what I mean? He hasn't been in JJ's shadow since he stopped doing videos with him. And see something? Deji's such a happy dude. You know what I mean? He's so happy. And to see him so down because of his own family, it's like, I don't know the guy personally, but you can just tell how upset he is
yeah, yeah, yeah,
by the
yeah.
entire situation. Somebody wouldn't make an entire 45-minute video and see something. He was so calm. He was so calm because the reason he was so calm was before, when he got angry, his brother used it against him
Mm-hmm.
and was like, "Oh, but you're getting so angry. You're like this. You're like that." But this time, everyone's doing this whole receipts thing. You know, like, you've been exposed. Oh, but I've got all the receipts that prove that you done this and you done that. That's essentially what Deji's done. He's got evidence that his brother has done all this stuff to him since they've started making videos from 2013 all the way up to 2018. And that is a 5-year gap that he has been doing all this shit to him. And Deji's taken it for 5 years, and it's about time Deji turned around and went, you know what, I need to put the foot down. I'm not in your shadow. I am my own content creator. I don't want anything to do with you. I don't want this situation to go overboard. You know,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion, what they need to do is just stop speaking to each other over YouTube. Just go on your own path.
True. I
You
mean,
know what I mean?
yeah. If it's just such a family matter, KSI would really like already like known like, yo, I maybe should have visited home for a little bit and like talk to them.
Yeah.
If that was like, okay, I'm not gonna say he's a bad son or anything, which kind of looks like it though, in some perspectives,
Uh
I guess. Um, but still, like, he could just try and like make a peace offer, I guess, or like do something about it that this stops and like, because I don't know, it's been a while
he
again he uploaded, actually, to be honest. Like, the
he is too much.
last videos was 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, then 1 month, then 1 month again, and
Wait,
then
what's this on his normal channel?
yeah, it's normal.
Yeah, well, he's got the KSIology day
Oh,
uploads
does he
more.
upload there daily?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, he does. No way. Oh
Well,
no.
he was. The last time I watched him, he was.
Let's see.
But with all this drama, he might not be. Might be taking another.
Last video was 1 week ago, and then 3 weeks ago. So he has been slacking again on YouTube.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But see, that's the thing. Like, he can't say anything. Deji's tried his best to keep up, tried to stay away from his brother, not to be in his brother's shadow.
Mm-hmm.
But whilst doing that, he always supported his brother through everything because he didn't
That
want
is
things
true.
to get in between him and his family.
Yeah.
The thing is it's the same situation with a little bit of private stuff here from myself, coming from something here. Me and my mom's been going through a lot of shit recently,
Mm-hmm.
and essentially we've been arguing, we've been shouting at each other, and one reaction to another. I don't like people swearing at me. I don't like people doing that. And the way I says to my mom today, I says to her, look, I don't care if you're my worst enemy. I couldn't care if you're my mum, my dad, my sisters, my best friend. If you tell me to get the fuck, you're going to get told to fuck off. You know what I mean? And that's me standing up for myself. You know, the thing with Deji is he's too nice of a person to do that to his own family.
Mm-hmm.
But he's realized that he's been the black sheep the entire time. And I'm not saying that because of his skin color, by the way,
No, no, no.
just
Yeah,
so people know
obviously.
that.
Just
You know,
the
it's,
metaphorical.
yeah, metaphorical, you know, in case people didn't know what that means, you know. But he's like the black sheep of the family. He's the one that's been like segregated from it, and that's why he stayed with his mum and dad, because he even admitted on the video that he was scared. He was genuinely scared at the fact that he lived with his brother, and his brother would hit him with belts for videos, and like, we don't know what else happened. He says there's a lot more else that's happened, and to be quite honest, I think it has, because JJ's the type of person who embarrasses people at their very low to make himself look better. I
That
mean, look at
is,
Logan Paul. Look at Logan Paul. Fair dues. He went to that suicide forest. Fair dues. He done this. He done that. Right.
I
People make
mean,
mistakes.
yeah, okay,
People
that
do.
that people make mistakes, but
Right.
still,
That wasn't a mistake. That was meant. That was meant. Right. And I understand that. And you cannot condone any of that.
nah.
That's been done. It's done. Right. That was over. That was like an entire year, and then KSI brought it back up. It's like, dude, you're in a boxing match. You're not here for a comedy festival. You know what I
I
mean? If you know what I
mean,
mean. Like, I get that you need to sell tickets, right? But they're doing this like Conor McGregor. You know what I mean? They're
yeah,
no
yeah,
Conor
yeah.
McGregor. They're no Muhammad Ali. They're no Floyd Mayweather.
Nah, yeah,
They're
that
two
is.
YouTubers who's got beef with each other and who just want to box because they're two big YouTubers. And I'm not even going to lie. As much as I liked KSI, I hope Logan Paul kicks his fucking ass. And I really hope he does so his ego goes down. And I'm being serious. I'm being serious. I
I mean,
hope his
you
ass
can
gets.
say the same thing about Logan Paul though in that aspect. Like,
But he's changed. Look at him. He's got his own podcast. He takes people in. He speaks to them. He's completely changed his vibe. He trains all the time. He's not half as bad as what he used to be. He's nothing like Jake. Jake's just a fucking spastic. Sorry to say it like that, but he is.
that is
And
true. I
like
mean, I do not like him as well.
he's nothing like it. But Logan's actually matured up, and even the Geordie, that true Geordie guy, he spoke to him the first match, Logan KSI, and he says Logan is a genuine person, is one of the nicest people he's ever met. But his character,
Wait, did you get on Logan Paul's podcast as well?
yes, impulsive podcast, yeah. But the reason Deji done that, he said this, was because he didn't say anything that wasn't already known
Mm-hmm.
on the podcast, right? Didn't say anything that wasn't already known, that wasn't already public features. He asked about JJ's girlfriend. He didn't even say anything. JJ asked him not to say anything. So, in respect for his brother, he didn't. But in my opinion, if my brother did that to me, I'd be like, "Oh yeah, she's a fucking slag." That's what that's what I would have done. But like, in all honesty, he's been there for his brother. He's respected his brother. It's about time his brother realizes what the fuck he's done to his own family, and he's broke his family into pieces. And he has. Like, his mum and dad's even tried to sort the situation out between them. His own mum messaged JJ and says, "Look, can Deji put back up the diss track because his channel's this, that, the next thing," and all JJ could think of is me, me, me. And to be honest, he's just a selfish cunt now, and I don't enjoy his content anymore. I don't
Well,
like
I
him
mean,
anymore.
his content was already like for me as well. Like I've been not really a fan of KSI to say. Like some of his stuff was funny. Like I could actually like watch and laugh about it.
Yeah, yeah.
But excuse me again. Um, I mean, why did I watch KSI to begin with? I don't even know. I thought he was cool, I guess. But yeah, I mean, knowing this all is like it's kind of weird, because like for me, who doesn't know really much about this situation as well as you do, like right now I feel bad for Deji, like like being being myself a little brother and being a little brat. Don't get me wrong, like my older sister got a handful with me.
Yeah.
uh, so I mean I know what it is to be a brat, but I mean again we matured as well, and which is good right now, me and my sister. But exactly what you said, like KSI apparently did not, and that's really what bothers me. If like you
Yeah.
cannot let go of this childish persona, I would say.
I mean, let's put it this way. Tfue backstabbed a friend. A friend isn't there for life. The
Yeah,
ultimate
no, like
backstab
JJ,
is your brother
JJ backstabbed
backstabbing your
his
brother.
brother. Yeah, okay,
You know what I mean? And
that's
that's family, and that's a completely different stepping stone. That's
yeah,
not been a
true.
stepping stone. That's a skipping stone that just automatically sunk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
like, in my opinion, family is family, and no matter what your family is, You know, you always respect your family.
Yeah, that is
Even
true.
if you got beef with them, you go through everything and try sort it out. And fair dues, the first time Deji might have took it the wrong way because he got very angry and responded in hate, which he said himself that it was wrong. He even said himself that he shouldn't have brought up Randall's wife in a diss track. He apologized for that, you know. But what Randolph done in the other diss tracks was completely out of order, in my opinion. You know, you're taking the absolute piss out of someone's brother, your best friend's brother, which you shouldn't really be doing.
True.
But you know, that's pretty much it for to now for that. There's still a lot more to come out. You know, obviously, Drama Alert's going to
Yeah,
cover this as
drama is
well.
gonna cover this in like
So
in a hot minute, like I guess, or like
yeah,
no,
so
because
that will
I think
probably be out
the recent
around.
upload would be probably Drama Alert's recent upload will be the because tfue did an interview with Keemstar not too long ago, I suppose. So maybe it could be a breaking news from Keemstar. Um, so I mean, yeah, on this situation though, it sucks. In all honesty, being myself like a brother and shit.
Yeah,
You know, it's kind of hard to fathom that someone would do that. Of course, like I cannot say like I mean I can understand KSI as well because I can't because indeed what you said, family's family. You cannot family's forever, not for a minute.
hmm
Um. So yeah, I mean, unless he was already so sick of his family that he does not want to give two fucks about them anymore. But still, then you treat your parents also because like did he mistreat his parents in any way?
I can't say on that. I honestly can't. They haven't came out and said.
Okay, I know. That's fair. That's fair.
I don't think
I mean, I
someone's
think that's
parents would
also
say
for the
that.
best for him for
Yeah,
not doing
yeah,
that because if that was also like a situation like his parents were actually abused by their older son, yikes,
yeah. It'd
that
be
would
bad.
be
And I understand that, like, I understand that if he would ever make a video on this kind of stuff, the first thing he would do is ridicule us for probably our sizes, you know, one to start off with, you know, and like my wall and this and that, the next thing. But
me being a
that's
fat guy, you being a skinny guy. I
yeah.
mean,
And the thing is it's not about that, right? It's
nah,
not
it's
about
not
looks, not
about that.
about this, it's not
It's
about that.
about
It's about personality mainly. It's also about how you treat each other, and it's with respect. And in all honesty, JJ, if you do ever see this or someone posts this to his Reddit and they see it, JJ, you need to understand whether your brother reacted in a bad way or not. He's still your fucking family, and like, okay, we haven't heard your side, but
not yet.
we've
Yeah,
gotten so much evidence
true.
of what you've done here
I
that
mean,
I can't
like you said,
even
like
turn
I have
down.
not watched the Deji video right now. I will probably like when I go to
I
bed
do
or like
recommend you watch it. One, it's a really well done video,
okay.
and it's really well done
Like I
explained and
need to
all
do
that.
some shit like after this, so I mean I'm
Yeah,
probably gonna watch it after this during something. Um,
yeah.
but yeah, I mean it's if it's 43 minutes of just him proving his point and his evidence there, like I mean this does not look good for KSI
Doesn't look
whatsoever.
good for him, but at the same time, he's still got his side explained. But the last time he didn't even say anything about the situation, which
Or
made it
like
worse
barely
for
touched
Deji.
about it. I remember that
Yeah,
part. Like he made like a abrupt apology. I would say
yeah.
like for something like for the diss track I guess or like what was going on and shit between the
Yeah.
two already and like I watched that video and I was like he didn't even say sorry. He
It
didn't
looks
even
it looks like he's got one person on the internet and another person at home.
which
That's
is
what it seems
fair,
like.
which is fair. I mean, like KSI is known for his like characteristics and like his
But I don't mean
quirky.
by his character. Like your character is based on your video content, streaming content, this, that, the next thing.
Okay,
Your Twitter is your personal space. Personal space.
true.
It's not your character space, it's your personal space. And the fact that they keep having these Twitter wars and this, that, the next thing, it's like, come on. Like, sortless, like two grown men, right? Sit down and speak. And this is why I hate YouTube so much, and this is why I don't do YouTube, is because it constantly ends up with people arguing, taking each other in lawsuits, doing this, doing the next thing. And you know something? It's pathetic. People can't just sit down and speak anymore.
True.
It's got to lead to the internet with everyone else's opinion. And in all honesty, like, Drama Alert, as much as I love Keemstar, it's just a shit stir. It stirs so much shit for people
True, but
as
still,
well.
like, if you're a fan of like the brand, like for example, like me and FaZe and shit,
Yeah,
seeing
yeah,
news about this that I would probably don't know because like my Twitter is like as dead as could be. In all
yeah,
honesty, like I should use more Twitter. I try to, but like it's something I don't do. Like social media is for me is like you said, like kind of my personal space and like actually like my relaxing time. Like okay, I'll post here and there, like when I'm live or like when I'm doing shit, I guess, or when I'm like feeling something. I
yeah.
would tweet about it or like post something about it. But I mean, you're not gonna see me daily selfies like hashtag happy life. No, that's not me. That's not who I am. I'm keeping this real as possible. Like
Like, I like to be me on my streams. I like to be me on my videos. I don't like a character. I tried a character, and a lot of people liked it, and a lot of people digged it when I was playing Black Ops 4. But um, I went through a very dark time
mm-hmm.
a while ago
I
because
mean,
of a character.
we don't need to speak about this cheese
Yeah,
if you
I
don't
know.
feel if
No,
you
no,
don't
no,
feel
no. I'm fine about it because it's kind of in with the topic, And essentially, what happened was my character took over my everyday life. Essentially,
mm-hmm.
it was like I pretended to be happy, and I used this character to be happy in front of my friends, and still to this day, I can do it. And for some reason, one, it's helped me a lot because if I'm in a shit mood and I go to work, I can snap into this character and be the happiest person ever. And as soon as I'm out that doors, I'm like, I just want to fucking rattle something about. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
how easy it is. And see, when you control, if you got that point of control in your mind, it's scary what you can do. It's
True.
scary what you can do. And that's why I want to stay as far away as characters as can be, because you can make yourself destructive.
True.
You can become destructive, and look at what's happened between tfue and FaZe. His characters became destructive. tfue has become destructive. I don't think Turner 10 is destructive, but I think tfue's destructive.
True.
You know, and if you look at Banks before and after, you'll see Banks before was this guy who would, you know, punch holes in their walls and do heaps of other stuff. But, you know, at the end of the day, Banks is now Banks. Banks is Rich, whatever his
Ricky.
full name is.
Ricky.
Ricky Banks, right? Or whatever his name is,
Yeah,
right?
no, I
Sorry,
think it's just Banks. Ricky Banks. Like actually,
right?
his last name is Banks. I think. I'm not sure. Could
Yeah.
be wrong. Hold on. I'm gonna look this up.
So yeah, that's who he is. So that's who he's got to be. And that's who he is today. He's not a character. He's not this. He's not that. He is himself. Like Rice Gum, for
Richard
instance.
Bankston.
There you go. There you go.
That's his official first and last name. Which I mean, I can guess why he called himself Banks.
Yeah.
Huh. Good to know. I actually did not know
You
that.
know, my first ever gamer tag. Speaking like that, a lot of people know me as Cheese. My first ever gamer tag was Midsko.
What?
My last name's Middleton.
Oh yeah, I know that.
So Midsko, it was just Middleton Knockout, essentially, it was meant to be. But it just didn't really. Dude, I was like 12. You got
I
to
mean,
hand me that.
I got
At
got
least-
Matt Neater when I was fucking 13.
Yeah, but come on. That's Matt Terminator. That's just as bad, bro.
Editor,
I like Matt
editor,
Nader.
blur that out, blur that out.
Matt Nader's better. Matt Nader's better than Matt Nader _ King.
Yeah, true.
Very true.
But I mean, that's
And
because I
now I've
cannot.
got a different persona. It's Cheota. That's my new gamer tag. It's Cheota.
Even though I like cheese way more, but I mean,
You know, I liked it. I like it too, but I mean, Cheota means a lot more because it's like different letters in my entire name.
I mean,
That's how I made it.
That's fair enough. But anyways, on little, I guess side note then, yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much the drama that we wanted to cover on the podcast.
Yeah.
Again, to round this up, pretty much, it's shit for tfue, or like it's shit for Banks. What happened between him and tfue? For Deji, I'm sorry, bro. If anyone watches this of like the members, like I'm sorry. If we said something wrong or something, you can always contact me on Twitter. It's at Maneater, or like on Instagram. It's also at Maneater. It's like really simple.
Or just mention it in the comments. Give us constructive criticism.
Or give us like comments in the comment section below. It's always appreciated. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, you know how the thumbs work. You know how it works. Again, if someone would see this, or like a tfue fan would see this or something, and you would say like you have your own opinion, it's always welcome. You're always welcome to discuss. We're open for discussions. We're open for opinions. We will not be pussy ass little bitches that actually get mad over shit, because we do internet way too long and we know the internet. So I mean,
and shit, clickbait. Sorry.
What?
Sorry. Was that you, Jin?
Yeah, it was definitely Jin. It's definitely Jin.
You knob. Anyway. But before we do end as well, please let us know in the comments how you enjoyed the podcast. Give us all the criticism you can. If you think we could do anything differently, let us know. If there's any topics you want us to cover, leave us the article link in the comments below so we can read it up and give you guys all the information on it. And let us know what you think about the podcast mainly, because, you know, I used to do Game Face podcasts, but unfortunately I don't have a good computer. I've got a shitty Lenovo laptop. And it was actually me that told Matt that I think he should do podcasts, because Matt's really good at podcasts. He speaks a lot, and he's one of the other people who can actually, he's one of the only people who can actually deal with me speaking so much. So, you know, it's a good combination. It's a good combination. But if there's anything esports, drama related, or even news related that's going about in Belgium, UK, or anything like that you want us to talk about, leave the articles down below, and we will try our best to cover it in the next podcast.
Of course, this is only just episode 1. We have some topics left for other podcast number 2, for example, or maybe we kind of want to delay that for like number 3 or whatever. But I mean, we'll see about that. We'll see. But yeah, this was only just episode 1. There will be more to follow. This is gonna be fully unedited. I'm not going to do shit about this. It's just going to be posted on YouTube. It will start. It will finish. Boom. Done. This is going to be the podcast. I love it this way. There's just going to be like a little cherry blossom right now, probably in the little background around here, which I really not like. For the people for the people who know me, I really like pink. For no reason. I just like pink. Yeah, I mean, pink is pink.
I'm fucking mad for pink, man.
Doesn't mean we're homosexuals or anything, but I mean, again, no non controversial shit or whatever. Just like it. But yeah, I think that's gonna be running up the podcast. Thank you, Cheese, for joining. I really appreciate that.
I'll be here for number 2. Don't you worry.
And maybe number 3, and maybe number 4. I mean, I'm
maybe just all the time.
Maybe just all the time, because like a little Hitch and Maniac duo, like, you know.
The thing is this is Matt and Chill, right? It's not Matt and Cheese, but it's Matt and Chill, and I prefer Matt and Chill a lot more, because there might be a day that I won't be here and you need someone else to do it. So,
true.
You know, and that's why I got the Game Face podcast. But let's be honest, Game Face fucking screwed me over, so we don't. Face.
I mean, this is already going to be an hour-long podcast. So.
Also, by the way, before you do leave, I'm going to throw out a little, what is it called?
Plug?
A plug. That's the one. So I have got this thing that I've had for a while called Sweat Squad, and I'm not going to be making it a team. I want to be making it a brand kind of thing. So I'm away to be contacting someone about t-shirts very soon, and I'm going to give Matt one, myself one, a few other people one, and I'm going to see how the stuff looks. I'm going to get everyone's opinions on it, and there might be a possibility if it goes very well, I might get a Matt and Chill one, depending how far this goes.
Ooh.
But we need to see how far it goes, and also I need to get someone to make a Matinator one because that logo is fire, mate. It's fire. I love it. But you better end this. You better end this before I keep going.
Yeah, true. So again, if you want to read or learn all about the articles as well, everything is going to be linked in the description below. I will make sure that that all the links from the dramas that we talked about, the KSI drama, the tfue drama, will be in the description. Cheese will also be in the description, or his Facebook link to his page. So you can also give him a follow or a like and say Matt you or Matt Neither send you. That would also be really appreciated. Subscribe would also be appreciated so I can know if you like the podcast, if you don't like him, whatever the fuck. Don't even give a fuck.
Yeah, just fuck off.
No, don't let them fuck off. No, stay. No, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for people, if you're watching, thank you all for joining us and watching our shenanigans, I guess.
Shenanigans.
And yeah, if you're on somewhere else or a platform, thank you for listening. And we will see you in the next podcast. This was Matt and Chill, and we're out. Deuces.
Peace.